In A Course in Miracles, we're taught that the body is just a suit of clothes. Your physical birth is not the beginning of your life, but a continuation, and your physical death is not the end of your life, but a continuation. It says that the body is already programmed to perform perfectly and to remain in perfect health for as long a period of time as it would serve your soul growth to have a body, except when we over-attach our sense of identification to the body, that puts a stress on the body that the body is not meant to carry. In other words, the healthiest perception of the body is the realization that we are not our bodies. And this is just one more way in which the way to be most powerful on the earth plane is to realize that your essential self is not of the earth plane. So the body is like a precious suit of clothes. The Course in Miracles says the body itself was not created by God. The body itself is a manifestation of our belief that we are separate. Remember, the body is here within this three-dimensional illusion. However, that does not mean that the body is not holy. The Course in Miracles says that anything in the material realm, the body or anything else, is holy or unholy, determined by the purpose ascribed to it by the mind. So, the body, the Course in Miracles says, is a beautiful lesson in communion until communion is. So when we see the body's purpose as being that by which we might further the healing of God's Son through the extension of kindness, compassion, help, service, tenderness, and so forth, it is a holy thing given to God for God's purposes. It is our over-attachment to it, however, which burdens the body. And of course, this makes common sense, doesn't it? We know how much sickness derives from stress, and we also know how much sickness derives from environmental toxins, etc., that themselves derive from our lack of reverence for the earth. So in all ways, our sense of reverence for the food, for the sky, for the water, and for our bodies is what creates a more healthy environment. Now, as part of this, we realize then that death does not exist. So when we drop the body, the Course in Miracles says this is not the end of life. And often when we are dealing with people who come to us for counseling and so forth, we are dealing with people who have been diagnosed with life-challenging illnesses or are dealing with that topic in the life of someone that they love. And we want to help people to understand that their life is separate from the life of the body, that the life of love is the only real life, and the Course in Miracles says that a lack of love is the only real death. Sometimes people are looking for physical healing. Obviously we are. And yet at the same time, you as a counselor, you as a teacher, you as a prayer practitioner, can't know. You're going to pray for somebody, pray for their healing, but you're not going to know what form is that healing going to take. Sometimes it's going to take the form of an actual physical healing, and sometimes it's going to take the form of their finding inner peace as they approach death. The Course in Miracles says one day we will realize death is not the punishment, death is the reward. You're learning how to pray with people is one of the greatest services that you can perform for them. And in my book, Illuminata, there are prayers kind of for every occasion. So I recommend that you look at that in order to find words. Not that you need me to provide you with words, but sometimes you want a little bit of a jump start. Prayer is the medium of miracles. So do not hesitate to pray with a person who is dealing with physical illness. Pray for their healing. The form of that healing might be a physical healing, and it might not be. But the healing is sure to come. We cannot pray for something without God hearing. The Course in Miracles says the Holy Spirit responds fully to our slightest invitation.